You know you want to have a life in which you have a chance to express the best of yourself. You know you've got something inside you that is valuable and is unique, and you want to have a life or a job or work in which you get a chance to share that with people, to contribute that. And yet you know the world doesn't really know what it is, and the world doesn't really care what it is. So how do you do that? How do you build a life? How do you build a working life in which you get a chance to express the very best of yourself? Well, here are 3 things that you really need to know in order to do that. The first is that your strengths aren't what you're good at and your weaknesses aren't what you're bad at. You've always thought that your strengths are what you're good at, but actually there's an awful lot of things that you really are good at that you hate. What do you call that? What do you call something where you're really good at it, but if you never had to do it again, it would be a day too soon? You actually call that a weakness, because a weakness, properly defined, is an activity that weakens you even if you're good at it. And a strength is an activity that strengthens you even if you're not good at it yet. Your strengths are those things that draw you in, where when time speeds up, you just get into your flow. That's what a strength is. And you know better than anyone else what your strengths are. The second thing you need to know is that you will grow most, you will learn most, you'll develop the most in your areas of greatest strength. You don't have strengths and areas of opportunity for growth. Your strengths are your greatest areas of opportunity for growth. Your brain learns and grows through creating new synaptic connections, and we can see that your brain grows more synaptic connections in the areas of your brain where it has the most pre-existing synaptic connections. Brain scientists say that your learning is like new buds on an existing branch. It's not like building new branches. So yeah, you should deal with your weaknesses, but don't call them areas of opportunity, because they're areas of least opportunity. And the third thing is that deep down, even though you may think that, my company doesn't care about what my strengths are, my company just wants me to do my job. Remember, your company wants you to be resilient and creative and persistent and focused and productive. It wants you to be those things. But you don't get to be those things by just writing them down. Think about when you were last in love. Think about how you felt when you were in love. When you are in love with someone, you feel at your very best. You're magnificent. You are creative and resilient and passionate and focused and creative and generous. You're all those things. You get those things in your life when you feel love for a person or whether you feel love for what you do. So actually, deep down, your company wants you to find things in your life and work that you love, so that you can be focused and passionate and creative and collaborative and generative and resilient and all those things. You don't get those things just by writing, you get them by feeling activities at work that you love. So deep down, your company actually wants you to do this. You're the only person that can take those things, though, and own them and actually put them into play in your work. If you can do that, then you build a life that is a true and beautiful reflection of the very best of you.